This week we're going to highlight U.S. corn crop conditions and the latest weather forecast. We're also going to take a look at a rapid harvest taking place in Brazil. We're going to wrap things up taking a long-term view of December corn futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved into the critical month of July here, and all eyes are on the weather. We're going to start out this week, however, looking at crop condition ratings. This is our usual map here. We're looking at deterioration this week reported by USDA of 2% in the good to excellent, down to 67%. Notice last year at this time, however, we were at 51%. A bit of divergence across the Midwest here. Most of the eastern corn belt improved, but we did see some deterioration in the west. What about the aggregate crop condition index? Well, it's declined now for 4 consecutive weeks since USDA first started reporting here back earlier this summer. We're looking at some variation here as we look through the summer months, July, August, and September. Critical message: manage price volatility in close consultation with your trusted risk management advisor. Let's now move on to crop progress here. We're looking at corn silking. As of June 30th, 11% of the corn silking was occurring nationwide. That's well ahead of the average. Over the next 2 weeks, on average, approximately 26% of the crop will be silking. So by the middle of July, pollination, if we're looking at average conditions, will be approaching 40%. Of course, the weather is critical during corn pollination. Let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. We're starting out this week looking at the past 30 days. What type of subsoil moisture profile do we have? And you can see across the Midwest, of course, excessive rains up there across southern Minnesota, southeast South Dakota, northwest Iowa. As we move south and east, however, more normal totals and actually some dry conditions as we move into southern Illinois and southern Indiana. Let's take a look at the short-term forecast. Now we're looking for the next 7 to 10 days here. More of a cooling trend. Everything in that blue circle, if you will, is looking at highs in the 70s and 80s and the lows in the 50s, 60s, which as that corn nears pollination or is in pollination would be nearly ideal temperature-wise. Let's look at rainfall now. Thursday, Friday of this week. The best chances for an inch of rain over Thursday and Friday are in those pink areas, if you will, more scattered precip across those green areas. Let's now look next week, July 6th to the 10th. We're looking at more of a showery pattern. Anything in that green area there has a better chance for showers. Not as well organized, though, as Thursday and Friday of this week. Let's now take a look at the next 2 weeks' precip totals. You can see over the next 2 weeks here, this will take us to the middle of July. Quite a bit of yellow to slightly wet, light green conditions across the Midwest. Very little dry conditions except for southern Nebraska, which is very important, of course, northern Kansas, as well as parts of Colorado. But in general, these would be good pollination conditions. Let's switch our focus now to South America, specifically looking at Brazil. Now, of course, Brazil is in the middle of their second season corn harvest here. Mato Grosso in the north is harvesting, as we'll see in a second, and further south in states such as Goiás, Minas Gerais, Paraná, and Mato Grosso do Sul, not quite as far along. As you look at harvest progress here, notice in Mato Grosso nearly 70% of the corn is harvested. Last year at this time was 36%, so really a rapid harvest in northern Brazil. Overall, nearly half the crop is harvested, and so we're looking at probably over the next 6 weeks is going to be an active harvest season here in Brazil, weather permitting. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in December corn futures. Now, December corn, as we tape here on Tuesday, is trading near $4.20 a bushel. Notice even from the 1st of July all the way into that crop insurance period in October, there's so much variability there. Each year has its own characteristics. Again, strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage this price movement. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable Independence Day holiday.